An overly ambitious animal control officer is on the prowl, intimidating and harassing responsible pet owners, baiting dogs out of yards, opening gates, trespassing, enticing dogs to bark, confiscating innocent dogs, lying in court, pounding on doors just to ask, how many dogs are in your house? This video, sorry to say, is not an isolated incident. It shows our infamous animal control officer baiting a dog out of his own yard with irresistibly delicious food, then grabbing the trusting dog and tossing him into the back of her animal control van, and committing a federal crime by tampering with the man's mailbox. As you can see in these pictures, 2 surveillance cameras catch the unsuspecting animal control officer stopping in front of an open driveway gate where she spies 2 dogs inside their yard. The dogs had been trained to not leave their yard, but the owner had not counted on them being baited out of their yard by a gutsy and unethical animal control officer. The pictures then show the animal control officer trying to make friends with the dogs by gaining their trust. Yet the dogs still remain in their yard. Undaunted and not to be defeated, the animal control officer goes to the mailbox, illegally, to probably obtain the owner's name and address. The dogs appear very nervous and suspicious at their newfound friend, but not barking nor aggressive. Then she goes back to the back of her van, sets some irresistibly delicious food on the ground, tempting one of the naive dogs out of his yard. It's obvious that the dog is still leery of her, but eventually he just can't resist the filet mignon. Thus he gets close enough for her to grab him, and she swiftly, with obvious experience, tosses him roughly into her dungeon. The pictures then show her returning to the mailbox, guiltily looking over her shoulder to leave a notice that the dog has been arrested, and finally, arrogantly, backing up, driving away. The victim was required to pay a ransom to rescue his beloved pet from the dog pound, and then was forced, like a common criminal, to appear and defend himself in court. But because her illegal, immoral actions were captured on film, not surprisingly, the case was dismissed and quietly swept under the rug, but not before causing unwarranted and unhealthy stress and expense to the pet owner, and unforgivable fear to the innocent dog. Even though many citizen complaints have been made against her, this overly ambitious animal control officer is still dangerously cruising the streets of Kingman and Dolan Springs, Arizona in her patrol wagon, constantly vigilant for more animal and human victims to intimidate and harass. Lock all your gates, post no trespassing signs, and be on guard. Protect your pets and your property rights. We encourage you to study your laws, know your rights, and make sure your rights are not being violated by the wanton acts of overly zealous animal control officers. Per the Special Deputy Mohave County Attorney, law enforcement personnel are not permitted, without a warrant, to go on an individual's property simply to see if a homeowner is in violation of a particular county code relating to animals. But even so, if your front door is easily accessible to the public, just like a solicitor, animal control still may feel that they have a right to come pounding on your front door, and even if you're not home, to case your property. If you are or have been a victim, or even just a witness to such atrocities, please contact the GAP Force, the Guardian Angels of Pets, so we can try to put a stop to this corruption.